Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Cobalt Core, where I guess you can see what I've decided here. We're just gonna see the ends of a couple of runs, because we've seen the game at this point. So here's where I'm at right now. We're right about the final boss, same crew as last time, but I took them on the Tide Runner for two reasons. One, I was hoping to see the boss artifact for the ship, still didn't happen. But two, the Tide Runner gives you some amount of natural evade if you can weave it correctly. And that is like the thing that this crew needed, right? Was just a little bit of extra evade. We also were allowed to take a Rigs card from a question mark event. So I picked up a Vamoose B, which is helpful, you know. And as you can see here, we've got a pretty large deck full of kind of expensive exhaust cards, but we've also got a clean exhaust, and we've got plenty of energy, and we're going into this final fight with not a lot of actual upgrades on our cards, but some pretty powerful artifacts. We have the power diversion, so all of our non-parry card attacks deal one less damage. We've got right click, so the left side of our hand really doesn't deal any damage, but you know, a decent number of multi-attacks, an escalate, an overclock to boost the escalate. Sometimes that works. Yeah, and just like a lot of raw damage output, a couple of parries, some wave charges. So far, it's been going pretty well. We also have a tri-dimensional cockpit, which rules, and I got our ship shuffled. So this is sort of a funny looking 3-space ship. But the cost of that is that we have 4 max hull, and due to an error in counting during this fight right here, we're not even at topped off. But this is what we have. So let's see if we can manage it. It seems like it should be manageable, right? So if we can't either left or right, it should get us into a pretty good position here, right? Yeah, we do have a DACA drum as well. And then just some basic stuff, you know, cockpit lock on, ion converter, overclock generator, the overcharger. We're about to overcharge, so that's cool. Yeah, shield surge me. This basic shot doesn't do any damage, but it will move us right. I mean, this is not a terrible spot to be in. Honestly, I think I'm just going to hit the overclock here, and maybe we're good. Well, now the basic shot does a damage. You know what? Let's go ahead and take that. All right. Now we're good. So, the booster will boost evade if the next thing we do is an evade. We do have this corrosion beam, which I like an awful lot. I am not opposed to... Oh, right. We gained the overdrive from the thing, so it boosted the overdrive instead. That's pretty handy. I like that quite a bit. Yeah, I think, like, as much as I want to get the corrosion beam up, and I do, I think it's maybe foolish to not play the Vamoose. One thing we can do here is we can math.max, looking for admin deploy. I am loath to play anything else before I do it, because obviously we need to have the energy for Vamoose. I think I might just, you know, let's just open with the Vamoose. Okay. This is a reasonable thing for it to do, and then just play the Corrupted Core. Just get the Corrupted Core out of there. We'll take one. We won't use the first turn of Overdrive, which feels bad, but look at all that evade. Now we have resources to play around with for the rest of the fight. Yeah, it's got to just be the EMP, right? And so the question is, do we escalate EMP, or do we EMP and then just ride the ion converter back up to 1 shield? Yeah, because we're dealing... The EMP deals 13 damage while turning off all of his guns, whereas the parry only deals 1 more than that. I think let's escalate into the EMP. Okay. Anchor's annoying here. We could slide left for a while. Right, just like play this, play the trash. Play the basic block. And just take the one. Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright, so we didn't make very good use of that overdrive, but we were doing a lot of setup still. We're not going to get much better than 13 off of the parry. I think I'm willing to just play this parry for 13. Let's multi-stun first. Just turn some stuff off over here. We'll multi-shot right here. And then admin deploy will slide us 2 spaces to the right. Because it'll play the rightmost card in our hand and then the rightmost card in our hand. Which is, like, totally fine. How badly do I want to play the chip shot? I think it's okay to play the chip shot. And then we just go ahead and spend a little bit of evade. I probably do not want to spend the 3 more points of evade that it would take to take 0 damage this turn. Let's just take 1. 1's fine. Because we're getting pretty close already. Yeah, Ephemeral Blast is not going to get any better than that. You're at 7. We're awfully close. I guess just trying to think about where I want to end up here. I think I'm going to basic shot, then wave beam. Oh, that was enough. Yeah, right. We were too short. I was thinking we were going to have to go 1 more turn. Well, never mind. It turns out that does it. And it being the Tide Runner helped a lot during the run. It was less relevant during the final battle because we had the Vamoose nice and early. And I didn't even get my clean exhaust going. It was just like good enough. All right. We are in fact going stronger. Parry. Let's see that third memory. Hey. Hello. No threats this time? No, I'm tired. That is understandable. If I could ease this burden, I would. Actually, this infinite void we're in, can I take a quick nap in here? No one has asked that before, but yes, you may. Thanks, boss. How long do you wish to nap? Nap well, little one. Well, that's adorable. Perry's been working hard for, at this point, an infinitely long time, so I suppose it's well-deserved. Okay, we're still pretty far away from the event here. Begin recording. Work on the core continues, but the questions we started with remain unanswered. I haven't told the rest of the crew about the contingency plan. They don't need to know. It'll only... Hey, are you doing a ship's log? Dizzy. Hi. Yes, I am making a log entry. Cool. You keep going. I can't. You're making me nervous. Oh, sorry. I was hanging out on the other deck, but actually, this huge weird ship with just the 4 of us on it, it is super creepy. Yeah, I don't like it either. So I figured I'd come hang out on the bridge with you for protection. In case there's, like, ghosts. Protection? Do you think my laser rifle works against ghosts? Well, I figured it might have, like a ghost setting. Well, it doesn't. But, yeah, stay up here. There's plenty of bunks. Sweet, I'll go get all my stuff. And for the record, I'm not scared. Together, we simply, provide an elevated threat profile in a variety of tactical. Oh, absolutely, definitely. I was not expecting Perry's memories to be the cutest. All right, we're getting there. We're working on it. Next up, 3 consecutive successful Drake runs with no losses edited out in between. Because why would I do that? Because who would do that? Come on. Okay, here we are, deep on the next run. Very sort of drone focused. I'm still playing the Tide Runner mostly because I just really want to see the boss artifact. I'm just very curious what it is. And I've encountered this, which I'm pretty sure is a new event. I think we have found something new here. Welcome to my Emporium of wondrous ideas, traveler. May I offer you one of my creations? Well, these all seem absolutely useless. Oh, perhaps they are, perhaps they are. A bruise? Okay, take a damage, take a heal. Lightning in a bottle, 3 cost, exhaust, gain 3 energy. Or waltz. Move left twice, then move right once. Okay, so these are all cards that do net nothing. But I think at this point we have, there's obviously a lot of stuff that would be interesting about these. We don't really have a build to take advantage of any of them. And they all cost, I guess lightning in a bottle doesn't technically cost energy, but it's expensive enough that you generally will not be able to play it, so it's kind of just like a garbage card in your hand. I suppose this is the only one where we might get some use out of it, because if you can play it and it is on the edge of your hand, it is effectively a 0 cost move sideways. I'm going to take it just to mark it in the codex. Oh, farewell. Thanks, I guess. So yeah, I mean, we're right here at the end. We may as well run it down. This is what this ship looks like. So the most critical thing here, we have a radio repeater, which makes all mid-row objects do their actions twice, and a drone piercer, and a couple of upgraded attack drone, upgraded striker squadron, an energy drone, and a shield drone. And obviously it's just like, it would be really cool if we could get our drones to always do all the things. As things stand, this ship is going to be kind of an annoyance, but I think that's about as far as that goes. It's just sort of kind of an annoyance. I'm not going to be able to do any meaningful damage to you, so I may as well just glissade out of here. We'll energy drone and apply a dodge. The energy drone will tap us twice, and we'll be at 1 billion energy for this next turn, and we can figure stuff out then. Not a very exciting one. Well, let's dump the anchor, and then we can I think I'm gonna multi-shot here, even though that doesn't really do anything, just to get us moving to the side. Because I want to play all of these cards and end up in a position where I'm not being shot. Means we don't get our energy from the drone either, but you know, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we're always going to have a problem hitting this guy. EMP slug right now just takes him fully out of the zone. And then I do want to play my endless magazine, just kind of trying to get us, you know, maybe I should striker squadron and try to, you know what? Let's get the striker squadron established, see if we can lure him over in that direction. We do have the stun calibrator as well, so our second shot of every turn has a stun charge on it, which is, it syncs well with the way auto dodge works at least. And an overclock generator and just some extra hull, you know. It's fine. It's mostly very fine. I'm just gonna go over here. If you wanna fight me, you can come fight me over here. I think I will take the 1. So now we're setting up a position at least where we can potentially force him into our cloud of drones. That is, if he ever stops auto dodging in that direction. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going this way for the moment, and we're gonna use lightning in a bottle. Exactly the way I said we might. Do I want to play energy drone? It will move us to the right, which is really awkward. I think I don't. I think I just end the turn. You come and fight me over here in front of these drones. Okay, that's interesting. If we step left And then attack drone. I have 3 evade left. Okay, so when this thing shoots, he's going to jump to middle gun position. He's going to jump to a position where he's not vulnerable to anything. So what I'd really like to do is slide over here enough to push him. And now... yeah, and then we'll just put this up. That's not actually enough shield. It's going to shield me twice. Do I want to spend my last point of evade? Well, it's not. I don't need to evade. Oh no, he's not going to dodge again. What am I thinking? So we got him for some damage. I will spend the last point of evade, I guess, then. There we go. And the drone piercer helps us, not have to worry about his shield so much. So what's he at? 6. It's certainly awkward. So let's see here. We can basic dodge, wave beam him over to here, and then not do anything else. He will at least take 4 damage again directly to his hull. Oh, and then he stops doing stuff. He stops auto-dodging, but unfortunately he does it in a really annoying way. Yeah, because we can exothermic release, I guess, and at least do 1 point of real damage. But there's very little point in attempting to do any further. So heat sink. How do I get this right? So if we heat sink, it puts our gun here. And we're almost able to shoot the Seeker down. I guess, actually, I don't have to shoot the Seeker down. We have enough shields to just take a Seeker. It's this shot I didn't want to take. Yeah, so we can just do this, for right now, at least. And then I guess, it wouldn't hurt to gain some shield and also have some control over the mid-row. We just need one more drone shot or one more piercing shot from myself, or to just deal 5 damage. Lunge is a really bad way to trigger the auto dodge right now. I mean, it keeps me pretty safe. So if I heat sink, it's actually a little weird, isn't it? Well, yeah, if I heat sink back to here, then I have lethal. It's awfully nice to have all that energy. Feint A is interesting, and a card that I don't feel like we see a lot, or maybe ever. Do I want even more movement? Probably not. Okay, let's definitely go down so that we can get some elite fights, and also, hey, it's Dr. Bjorn! Loose 4 max hull is interesting, because I kind of would love a billion striker squadrons. They're actually incredibly powerful. You know what? We're doing it. We've never taken the big hit from Dr. Bjorn before, I don't think. So that's something to add to the list. This probably doesn't matter, or at least we can't possibly know if it would matter. Yeah, I mean, right? And then also, I guess, store me up some dodge. Not that it matters. I don't think any of these are winners. Fracture detection is phenomenal. Ion converter, pretty good for the situation we're in. I often find myself with extra energy. What an incredibly annoying time to have an anchor in hand. Well, I'm going to play the lightning in a bottle. We can at least get it out of our deck in a meaningful way. And then I think it is like Lunge puts me in a pretty good spot, and we just like basic block. Because we know we're going to have to deal with some number of Seekers. Got to get some armor up here. Striker Squadron's a little awkward. However, how much health do you have? 16? Do I? If I Striker Squadron, move over Striker Squadron. Buddy, I know. We have the salvage arm. But the thing is, I think this is lethal damage. We take this hit, we take the hit, that's fine. Yeah, and they just put up 16 damage through the shield. That's pretty fun. I don't want any of this stuff. Alright, one thing this ship can do is end a fight in a hurry. Provided that we, draw the appropriate cards. So let's hope that we're in one of those positions. This is, as always, a phenomenally bad time to have an anchor in hand. It never comes up any other time. This will cancel a missile launch. And just do some decent damage. Okay. We can heat sink. Move over, put up some drones of our own, and try to bait him back in front of them at some point. Now, we do have to watch out because it is all mid-row objects that get a second turn. You fucking coward. Alright, well... I might just be putting myself in position here to take some damage. I kind of want to just Striker Squadron, create another like tightly packed set of attackers here. What else would I do? I could EMP slug, turn off that missile launch. Nope, I'm gonna do that. And then we may as well wave beam because it does bypass the shields, right? Take a point of hull damage from the missile here. Okay. Brack is dead, in fact. It's nice doing business with you, sir. So we heat sink to here. Let's go ahead and play the Striker Squadron, because why wouldn't I? Okay, that does work through the shields on those things. That's nice. Oh, hey, we found the brittle point. That's handy. I don't think we want... knocking stuff off my desk with my elbow. Apologies for the noise. And our final repair yard. What do we want to do here? It's probably an upgrade of some kind. What does shield drone become? Shield drone becomes 2 shield drones or a bubbled shield drone. Energy drone could become free. We can upgrade multi-shot to more multi. Oh, the lunge is still only going in one direction, which makes it unplayable sometimes. It could be really useful. Let's do that. All right, bye. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Okay, and an early Striker Squadron is definitely interesting. I think I would want to move over to the right one before doing that. Sort of an awkward situation. So I think I'm going to hotfoot for additional evade. Move over to the right one. Striker Squadron. This puts us on don't take damage, cancels this intent, and starts getting the damage out in a very serious way here. Being able to bypass the armor on the enemy ship is really nice. Attack drone here and then just kind of like generally move left, I think is pretty reasonable. Right, we clear the anchor. Yeah, just glissade ourselves over this way, and then also endless magazine for that. Okay, we lose 2 drones, but we've already done 16 damage. And we do have an infinite supply of the drones. We can, in fact, do this all day. Could Striker Squadron now... What's like Striker Squadron into parallel shift is interesting, right? Because if I move the parallel shift all the way over, if I parallel shift and then drone shift right, the existing drone gets to take out the one gun that's already aimed at us. So what is the way to maximize damage? It's we play the Striker Squadron before doing either of the moves. Yeah. Blank their missile. I think this is pretty good. We have not discovered their brittle point, but we may not need to. Only 17 remaining. So let's see here. I could chip shot, turn that off, move over. What I'd really like to do is get the missile bay here and Striker Squadron around it. If I lunge, it puts us in the right position. Yeah. It's a little bit of a shame. If we strike our squadron, it's going to move us right, and then we just tack left twice. And that runs us completely out of evade, which is the bummer. But this is going to be another 8 damage directly to his hull. I think you really can't take much more of that. Wave charge lets us participate in the piercing. And then that's another, you're dead, actually, friend. Here's a chip shot for your trouble. And I guess also I'll do these. Yeah, I think that's the first time we've seen radio repeater. At least it's the first time I remember seeing it. That's bananas. That artifact is way too good. Who shall it be this time? Why, I reckon it shall be Drake. That's a very cool little move. I thought this was a red top that had like sort of pauldrons over it. I didn't realize it's like an ascot. That's pretty funny. You can see our entire time streams, right? I see all. So, you know I'm not a good person. Why save me? Your fate is tied to the others. Oh, I get it. You're so far above our plane of existence you don't even understand good and evil. That's so lame. Oh, you misunderstand. I already tried to discard your time stream into the void. I was unable to. Damn, alright. I mean, Drake, you were kind of asking for that. Okay, T-minus 35 days. Yeah, and what's so special about it? Sounds like just another derelict. No, this one's different. The sensor readings are off the charts, literally. What sensors? What charts? Oh, I don't know. I stole this sensor array from a science vessel. I have no idea how to use it. Ah, right. But the lights were going crazy. I mean, there's something special about it for sure. Well, alright. I'll snoop around and see what's going on out there. So Drake is critical to whatever happens in some way. And then Drake goes to visit Brimford. Brimford? Eunice, the regular? No, I'm cutting back. Just a quadruple espresso. Espresso. You're going soft. Watch it, old man. You only come here when you need something. What is it? Well, there's a big ship loitering in the nebula 20 parsecs from here. Yeah, what about it? You know about it. Yeah, it's an unregistered craft with an experimental propulsion system. Hard to know exactly what, but sounds like a lucrative target. How do you know all that? Oh, some possum girl was in here blabbing about it. She runs deliveries to and from. Riggs. Ah, okay, so Drake and Riggs have a pre-existing relationship, which would mean that Drake knows Riggs is the weak point in any organization that Riggs is a part of. All right, well, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Anyway, I'll see y'all in a second. Okay, kids, here we are again, and we're at the end of a run with the Tide Runner again, because I'm still trying to find the boss artifact, still not getting it. I did run into the Sunshine Heavy Industries platform and let them scramble the ship. They didn't really change it all that much. They did reverse the sides that the gun and the missile bear on, which I guess is something. You can see here, we actually have quite a lot of hull. I early on was able to pull a, what the heck's that called? Pillage and plunder, and it's been pretty good for us so far. You might notice we have a lot of sort of like in-deck healing, a lot of heat gaining. I took a thermoreactor, which gives us an extra energy, but also an extra heat every turn. We have the ignition coil. We have this sub-zero heatsink. This has never been meaningful in any way. And yeah, basically it's just like every fight's a damage race. All of our healing cards are double healing. This is the first time I've ever taken heal booster and been like, yeah, that one, absolutely, that's what we need. But it has been pretty good for us. And yeah, the hope here is just like a ton of evasion, a strafe, some okay drones, some corrosion, and yeah, just like damage race, basically all the time damage race. I did run into our friend who gives useless, quote unquote, useless cards again. The waltz, I've not managed to trigger a waltz with strafe up yet, but obviously it should be pretty fun if we can pull it off. So let's go see. Let's go see if we can, in fact, pull it off. Okay, so we're not sitting on a ton of... we do also have flywheel, I should note, so sometimes we get a lot of energy on a turn. This is not immediately one of those turns. So the waltz will end up with us one space to the left net. The acid missile doesn't ordinarily do damage, but if it hits the weak point, I would assume it will do one. I think we want to go this way. Yep, that's approximately... I guess that's a move we could do, yeah. So then we put this up. And then... I mean, I think I need to basic shot and then pull left. If I firewall and then pull left, we'll be on 1 damage plus 1 damage plus 3 damage with 3 shields. That's not so bad, but I think I like this a lot better. We only take 1 hull damage. I guess it doesn't get rid of the what do you call it? The heat, but we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Now my major concern is regaining, at least a major concern that I'm having, is regaining some amount of evade, and I don't like how little control I feel like we have here. So we could shield drone, then heatsink B to the left, and then battalion. That'll get us some pretty decent leftward travel. It'll leave a shield drone in front of this scaffolding. Then the bay will be here. Then the bay will get moved to here. I mean, I sure would like to battalion while the bay is in this position. So maybe that's the smarter. Right, because that lets us cancel both of those inputs. If we take options here and we move left, we're only taking 1 damage. If we just shield drone, we're also only taking 1 damage. But, you know, options obviously leaves us with the draw extra cards next turn. Okay, so those 2 guns get to stay out. Hopefully they'll be able to do some meaningful damage at some point. Okay, one of them gets to hit for something. Okay, here we go. We're starting to pick our evasion back up. Combustion engine is not terrible at this moment. I think we definitely need to burn this anchor. The hot compress is good for when you're going over anyway. Just like go way over and heal too. Kind of a weird spot here. The fight, it feels like the fight has hardly begun. So I think we want to tack rightward this time. It's like combustion engine plus scramble. We can get ourselves a little bit of cover over here. I really wish there was any attacking in this hand that didn't cost 3. Yeah, let's do this. Scramble. I mean, if I just basic block right here. Well, it's annoying that the basic block moves us. But it would only be 1 damage if we move back into place. Alternatively, we can just take the basic dodge and sit still. I was thinking we would move rightward. But given the amount that we have to move for that to be a good idea, I wonder if it isn't just like take a gentle tap here, or even like just hot compress here. We'll gain 2 health, gain a shield, lose 1 health. I guess that ends up being the same amount of HP, right? Because we negate 1 of the damage. No, this is an alright time to do this. Yeah, we take 1 and we just sit on it and it's fine. We do have Grazer Beam as well. Should probably point out. Pointing out will help me remember that we have it, hopefully, because I do forget a lot. Seeker B is interesting. Where the hell is my strafe? My strafe is all the way at the bottom of the deck. It's actually very annoying. Seeker B right now is not bad. Gets us over here. Then obviously we would like to either deal with this missile or move to the left a little bit, or maybe both. Well, here, let's just make the missile a non-entity. Don't think I do want to move the row, the middle row. I think we probably want a corrupted core. If I corrupted core and then basic shot, we're putting the cockpit underneath this beam. But I'm willing to, in that situation, spend a point of evade to just go to 0 damage. I think that's okay. We won't take any heat on this coming turn from that thing. Oh yeah, we do have an overcharger running as well. And is this a good time to apply strafe? I think so. This feels like a pretty minimal damage time to apply strafe. Yeah, it's like strafe and do absolutely nothing, right? It sucks a little bit that it probably makes sense to do absolutely nothing, because obviously you want to start using your double damage strafe while you have your overdrive up. But the 2 points of evade we would have to pay to get in and take a shot and then get back out, I don't think is worth the damage. We want to take this not slow, because obviously we are overheating constantly, but we want to be methodical at the very least. Okay, interesting. So shield drone there doesn't block anything. I think I want to go like move over here, shield drone now. Because every time we move because of the Tide Runner movement, the strafe is going to fire off. So if we're smart about this, we can get a lot of free triggers. Right, and then that'll cancel that. Then we firewall. And the question is, do I want to save the attack drone more than I want to use our shield drone to eat that missile? I think the answer is no. I think I'm cool doing this. We also have the perpetual motion device, so whenever we have no cards, we have a card, which hasn't really done anything yet, but it at least helps charge up the flywheel a little bit faster. Oh, right, if I do this, I'm taking like a meaningful amount of damage. Well, it would be exactly all of the shielding. I'm cool with it. The shot from this thing will still deal damage due to Grazer Beam. Yeah, I think that's an okay outcome. And here's where Waltz is actually like quite good. I'm sorry, once we played the Anchor, Waltz is quite good. Do we want to options first? I probably want to options first just because I want to like move around a lot. I want to jump around very erratically while processing this card. See, that was fun. That was good. Okay, and then like where do I want to end up? If our scaffold is here, then our missile bay is there. So ending up 2 spaces left of where we are now sounds pretty good. Yeah, then we'll just scoot naturally. Okay, so we are overheated, and while we're overheated, the ignition coil is lit. I believe that does apply to all of the evasion shots, so that's cool. We might be heat sinking pretty early in this turn. Let me think here. If I move to the right, the thing is, the heat sink to the right makes it so that our seeker move after we hit the 3 move left, the gun is still underneath the enemy ship, which I really like. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that. Okay, so this shot's not going to happen because the Seeker will impact that before the attack would occur. I kind of just want to play Scramble A, I think. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that's wrong. I just like scoot over here. I'm in a position now where I could just dump 8 damage on him. He's taking 3, 4, 5. We've almost got it. We've almost got it. I don't want to evasion dump this turn. So our overcharger's about to fire, right? Yeah. Okay, so now I think he's dead. I think we start with combustion engine to the right, which will then move us to the left again. We get 2 free shots and then just tap. Yeah, I don't think we could have gotten it last turn, but we were massively over on this turn. I don't think we're growing any stronger. I think we've been about this strong for a very, very long time. Why do you bring your weapon to this place? Well, in case I need to shoot anything. What a stupid question. You are my least favorite. If you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. You are in my kitchen. It's still a kitchen, though, by your own admission. So I'll tell you what, before we get this last Drake memory, we're going to go see what happens when you bring books to him. But let's see the second Drake memory first. Hey, Riggs. Long time no see. Hey, yeah. How did you, find me? Oh, don't worry about that. I heard you got a real job. Yeah, I fly a light freighter. I make deliveries to and from some kind of science vessel. I don't really know what they're doing there. Oh, I do. They're testing some kind of advanced hyperdrive. Oh, how do you know that? I've been asking around and watching traffic logs. The hardware and materials heading there are high-tech stuff. Rumor is, in their reactor core, they've got some kind of time crystal. Wow. What is a time crystal? Oh, it's worth enough for both of us to retire 1,000 times over. Oh, interesting. Look, Riggs, I know you said you wanted out of the game, but if we pulled this off, it could be the last. I'm in. Wow. That's right, Riggs has a gun. Oh, I had a whole pep talk for you. Don't bother. What's the plan? Wow, Riggs. What the hell? All right, let's go fetch books. Bring books to the core just because I'm real curious what will happen. And then we'll wrap this thing up. Hey, here we go. Another thing that I don't think we've seen before. It's Garbage Girl. As you can see, our ship is totally fucked. It's been a weird run, is I guess all I can really say about this one. We do of course have the cockpit replaced. We have the quick start thing, which is terrible in our build. Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's been a total nightmare. Hey, your ship looks messed up. Let me fix you up real quick. I am offering 2 types of repair right now. Regular and extra spicy. So regular is just 2 hull. Extra spicy adds an artifact, a single-use repair kit. The 10th time you're hit, gain 2 max hull and heal to full. Oh, that's kind of fun. Because see, the thing is, right now, I took a random rare at the start of the run, and it gave me From Hell's Heart, which is fucking awful. And I turned it into From Hell's Heart B, which is at least semi-playable, but it doesn't really combine all that well with being Drake. So you can see I've been very aggressive about deheat stuff. I don't know. It's been a weird run. I'm going to take the extra spicy. Okay, yeah, that's a weird thing. So the 10th time we're hit while we have scrap armor, we have a fair amount of armor effects, so it's not like we can't ever take a hit. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. That's a weird one. Okay, rock collection, pretty whatever. It's not bad, but it's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna take I'm gonna hit options A here. That way we can get some evade banked. Once again, have a dizzy card in here from a question mark event. Let's gain some crystal shards. We have this 0 draw, which is just like, it's not good in our deck, even a little bit. But I haven't had time to remove it yet. That's basically all that is. I don't really want to play any of this stuff, to be perfectly honest with you. We could EMP slug and just, you know, get started with the opponent being down 4 HP. I don't think I can deal 7 in a single shot, so we're not going to be able to get the quick kill. I don't know, it doesn't feel worth it though. Okay, we get to get clean exhaust up. We are running dirty engines, so we're generating a lot of trash, and the clean exhaust is helping with that, at least. Okay, so we want to take a 1 damage hit if we can here. It's sort of an unusual situation to be in. We certainly... excuse me. We certainly don't need any more shards right now. I'm kind of leery of... I'm doing it to draw cards. I'm kind of leery of dropping exothermic releases when we don't need the heat reduction, but we probably won't need all of it from both of them, right? I guess let's do that, and then we'll just take it there. All right, 1 point. The anchor is usually quite annoying. Let's just get rid of that. We can Mage Hand to restore our lost shield. The thing is, we have to take exactly 1 hit. Yeah, everything's got to go exactly right here. There's a lot of that going on in this particular run. We could move over 1 space to the right. That would be very destructive to us. Let's move over some spaces to the left instead. Or to the right. Let's move over right, because moving left is bad. You know what I mean. Sure, I'll bank a dodge, and then we can just kill the trash. Our damage output's a little bit whack, I have to say. Let's hit this freeze dry now while it can't actually move us to the right. We'll do some of this. Will this get me? This will currently do nothing. So that's fun. Yeah, I guess we're doing that. We're just taking this shot like this. You know, there are cards in this deck that deal damage. I swear to you, there are. Geez. Well... and then we'll just heatsink over that away, and can't really afford to take a hit here. Yeah, and this thing's gaining, it's gaining offense so quickly, we're actually in like horrible danger. We've finally drawn our from Hell's Heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. No, wait. There's only 2 lanes there, right? So we can't evade all damage by going to the right. I think our gun is in this column. But we don't have lethal here, do we? Oh, no, wait. I think it's 13. So we have 6. We have exactly lethal here. But we don't have enough energy to play it all. Shit. Oh, well, I can EMP slug, right? We can make it out of this. So we need to move all the way over here. I have to EMP slug this. And then exothermic release. Yeah. And from Hell's Heart would have done it, but we're short a point. Okay. That's fine. May as well bank the dodge. Get rid of the trash. Unbank the dodge. We really do need to be clearing trash whenever we can. Did I not draw 5 damage? I sure didn't. And there's no card draw here, so I think this run's just over. This was not a good one. I've been sort of like clutching against the edges of this from the beginning. Just like every time we were offered stuff, it was bad stuff, and yeah, that's a bummer. But there are no weaknesses to take advantage of here. None of our stuff is gonna save us. You know, the pressure fuse sounds like a good idea, right? But not a single Drake card with damage on it, basically for the entire run. Just horrible, horrible stuff. So yeah, I can... we can get like a little bit of shielding. Yeah. Well, goodbye, run. You know, they can't all be winners. See, I told you I wouldn't edit out the losses. I totally meant to, but then we saw a new thing right before a loss. So what was I gonna do? Anyway, I think I'm gonna try that lineup again. I hope that we get better results. I hope that not every single one of our random events is horrible. So I guess we'll see. Okay, let's try this again. So you can see here, the ship is a little, yeah, it looks a little unusual. The build's a little strange. But I got this buoyant clean exhaust, and I really feel like we should play it on the first turn. So let's go ahead and start with that. So I was having trouble through the early part of this run doing damage. The fights were taking a really long time. It was taking forever for me to actually kill anything. I may have tacked a little bit too hard in the other direction for the rest of the run. We picked up a lot of attack cards. We hung out with Dracula for a while. We're certainly more aggressive now. We'll see how this actually works out. The fact that our ship has been packed together into 3 spaces and one of those spaces is armored, I think bodes really well for us. I think this is going to be a good thing. We got a couple of cards that are like really hungry for shards, and then I did not get a single way of increasing the frequency of shards for the entirety of the run. So like this Glimmer Shot, we're probably never going to get very much value out of it. It really sucks. That's a bummer. I think we probably ought to take this shot while we can. Let's just turn that off. Give ourselves some space to build in here. So Zircon Zip to the right is just going to leave us in the same place. I did upgrade Zircon Zip in the way that gives us the first evade for free because of the shard problems we're having. If we run it the other way, it's going to put us underneath here. That's actually not bad, right? Because we have the wonderful stun calibrator. Lets us get a little something done. So we have 2 leeches, both of them upgraded not to be exhaustible. We have a little bit of shield income still. I think there's a chance that we can sort of play this fight out as an endurance fight, where we are gaining health as much as we are losing health, and we'll see how that works in practice. Okay, so we turned that off. Do I want to... I feel like basic dodge is pretty off the table, right? Is the move here just play Glimmer Shot for a single point of damage to move left? Or I guess just bank a block? Like, it's not really a very interesting play available there. The stun calibrator works well with the fact that we have a couple of Drake double attacks. The anchor, as always, shows up only when it would be absolutely worst for it to be around. You know, I think we probably actually just want to move over here and get as many shots off on this bit as possible. Do I want to take this shot? Yeah, this is not a change in the amount of damage we're taking. We have a hot compress. We also have a couple of serenities, so I would probably prefer to wait until we hit one of those, and you know, until we are damaged, of course. It's a little intense, but I think there's something here. Also, we have an ephemeral blast. I don't really have like a particularly slick use for that planned. We're just gonna throw it at him at some point, probably here. Honestly, may as well. We'll do that. With the ephemeral blast here for the stun. Now we've got ourselves a nice little safe area in the middle. I see no reason not to pull the Serenity now. Medusa Field for the shielding. Corrupted Core just to get it out of the deck. Okay, I mean, we're making progress. We've done a fair amount of damage overall. Use both of our leeches. Oh, we do, of course, have right-click, in case you were wondering why the damage values are varying the way they are. It is a little shame to start the turn in a position like this. I think I would like to just go to the right here. We'll turn that off. Take the shot on the armor. That's fine. This is a very difficult ship to actually damage. And I definitely learned my lesson. I think that it's very easy to get used to going to the Sunshine Yard and having them ask you about the scaffold and being like, hell yeah, give me that scaffold. But a thing I've learned over another lost run or two is that actually it's a really bad idea for your ship to be 7 units wide. You should not take the scaffold on the Tide Runner in general, I think. All right, let's do this because the second shot will cancel that. Now we have an amount of damage incoming that is like pretty irrelevant. Here, we'll take this shuffle shot right into the weak spot and then reroll. Do I want to move? Doesn't really affect things very much. You know, maybe we're never going to get to the point. I hate to like jinx it, but maybe we're never going to get to the point where we need the heal from the leeches anyway. All right, let's turn off some nonsense. I want to burn trash, but I don't know that I want to burn it so badly that I jump in front of that. I have overheated us. That's fine. Like I said, we have lots of ways of healing. That is one thing that's been nice about this run, is not having to worry so much about the heat levels. Wow, that's a lot of trash. Okay, trash to EMP that. guess we'll basic block. Doesn't really do anything. We went from taking 1 damage to taking 1 damage. This is a perfectly reasonable place for the explosive slug. I am sending us over on heat for a second time in quick succession, which is maybe a bad idea. I definitely don't want to destroy this. That would be deeply foolish. I think we probably should just stay put here. Let's let you give me the shard. Gotten a little bit of reasonable play out of the Medusa field here and there. So you're at 7. It is frustratingly difficult to finish the job sometimes, like I said. Do I want to just bounce out to the left, maybe? Oh, right, I have an anchor, damn it. Well, that being the case, we can just stay put. That also is, like, fine. Yeah, I'm gonna hot compress. Then we'll heat sink. Then we'll anchor. And then we can burn this trash. Okay, Glimmer Shot is in a pretty good spot here. So I think we can afford to just spend the evade. There we go. All right. Let's see what happens when we hand books over to the timeline disturbance monster. Since Books does not have a space on the memory screen. Hello, I'm Books. Books, your timeline is not damaged in the slightest. Why are you here? I like to be helpful. That is very kind of you. Will you bring me the others? Yes, ma'am. Okay, it just passes one of the other. Well, then I'm glad I did bring Drake on this run. Hey, so this time loop, it's because of Disney's dumb science project, right? You are not blameless. Well, I've forgiven myself for whatever I did. Not that I really remember what I did. You are about to. Yeah, I figured Drake probably it was something that had to do with Drake that was like the thing that pushed it all over, right? T-minus 8 minutes. G72 Artemis requesting docking permission. Copy that. We've got 3.2 tons of radioactive waste for you this time. Proceed to reactor exhaust port B. Copy that. Repositioning over. All right, this is our chance. Shh, what if they just saw you? Stay out of the comms camera. Okay, focus. According to the schematic, that exhaust port leads directly to the core. Cobalt, we are docked. Over. Copy that. Beginning transfer. All right, that'll take him a while. So what now? Well, what are you waiting for? Get in there, champ. All right, suiting up. Hello? Does this radio work? Loud and clear. What do you see? You were right. This leads straight to the core. Is the crystal exposed? Yeah, it's big and shiny. What's that? They're powering up the core. It's supposed to be inactive right now. Hurry up, your suit has a chisel in the pocket. Just use it to break a chunk off the crystal. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. So in a way, it really was all Riggs' fault. Like, in the most direct way, it really was all Riggs' fault. Okay, got it. All right, now get out of there. Wow, it's getting really bright in here. Riggs, get moving. Yep, and then, you know. it was always going to have to be Drake, right? So this button is labeled future memory. I guess let's find out. Okay, well, this doesn't seem to be going all that well. We were able to reboot at least somewhat. Beep boop, I'm online. Wake up, everyone. Wake up, everyone. Where is everyone? Oh, it's time. Wait, it's what now? Oh, we're the... Oh. Yeah, okay, that's something. The Cobalt Core. Be careful, it's fragile. Don't lose it again. And it behaves like normally. Ooh, check that shit out. So, this is an unusual look for the thing. Whoa, Dizzy. I gotta break him out. Oh, I didn't realize I only had one energy. I probably would have done that with only one energy anyway, like, you know. But do I want to take an attack that will only hit once? No, let's just soften their hit, because I'm sure we'll get a double that'll finish it off. Okay. Hey, wake up! I'm awake. What's going on? Are we aboard the Cobalt? Yeah, buckle up. Okay, now I get 2 energy, and we're gonna get a version of the ship that represents each person. This is a cool way to do this. I'm into this. So you have 3 auto dodges, but also the auto dodge thing automatically goes away at the start of the next turn. So right now, firing is going to push you all the way off the right side of the ship. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to get any damage down, but I can just like bank a dodge for later. Okay, firing now is going to dump you left wing here. So that's going to be 3 damage coming down directly off this thing. That's not so bad, actually. Let's take the normal shot and then the block shot. And we're only actually taking 1 hit there. When this ship should lose all its health, instead, something else will happen. Yeah, I agree. I agree that is what it seems to be the case. Coffee, please. Yo, grab a seat. This isn't a normal loop, huh? Yeah, all of the things in the background are the Artemis. This is really something. It's not. It's the last one. Okay, now we have 3 energy and we can actually like play the damn game. Oh, hey, this is like, I really love the enemy ship sort of like shifting through all of the different part arrangements. This like quantum spaceship vibe is very cool. How do I get murder? Because those cannons are armored. What is the best way to get murder here? Well, I mean, banking up evasion is always going to be helpful, but we're going to have to take some of this on the chin, I think. I guess I would like to move over so we're shooting... Oh, no, what am I talking about? We are shooting an area that's normally vulnerable. Let's use the 2 damage attacks, and then just throw up additional block. We'll only lose 1 hull. Yeah, and then from here it's free. Would I rather have a block or an evade? I guess maybe I'd rather have a block, because it seems like we're not going to be evading damage very effectively in this thing after all. Huh? The Cobalt? Perry! I think we're getting out of the loop. We are. I like Kat's like quiet confidence now. It's very different from the usual characterization. What makes this try different? Your timelines. We reconnected them. Okay, now we got some damage. Oh dear. Okay. Well, this is definitely a place where it helps to have a little bit of evasion, it seems like. Wow, okay. Somebody's just learning how to operate their automobile outside. Apologies. These are only 2 damage drones, right? Yeah, this is not so bad. So this is going to be a shit ton of damage. And then also, you know, some of that. Ugh. Why does Cat look weird? Because I can't hold on to this form much longer. That voice. You're the egg. The void creature. Oh, interesting. Well, my own attack drones are not going to be very helpful here. Do I want to move around? Ship's too small to get 3 guns on it. I guess there's no shot that's better than this one. Then we'll get some more evade, I suppose. Yeah, there's really no point in even launching our attack drones with them being out this far to the side. So if I move so that this gun is shooting down this scaffold, the other one is still hitting us under normal circumstances. But since we have a moment here where that drone is going to take the hit for us, I mean, it's just going to apply heat, right? I don't know. I probably should have done something about the drones, because we are going to take meaningful damage here. Whatever, it's fine. We'll fix it. Oh, it was 3 heat was how much heat it was. Well, that's fun for you. Should I kill the drones now? Because it seems like they'll persist. Let's get them with the evasive shot. Then come over here and finish it off. Headache. What are you doing to the time stream now? I'm leaving it. And I'm ending it. Ending it? Well, what about the rest of us? Can we survive that? I can't leave without all of you. You're the first people I ever met. I love you guys. Well, that's sweet. I don't know that it's entirely consistent with everything else we're seeing in here. Okay, so we got it scaffolding. You are actually perfectly safe from my attacks here. This would be a really good time for me to have that attack drone card. It's fine. We'll just EMP slug. We were already overheat, so. If I move over one more time, we can get 2 guns under you. I should have done that first. And then I don't know why I even did the normal shot. The evasive shot would have been sufficient. Hey, whoa. Cat bee skin unlocked. Dork. Is this the extremely cool thing I was promised? Absolutely. Okay, we also have to blow up books a little bit. I guess just tack this way. Do some block shot and some evasive shot, and shuffle shot does a lot of damage. Oh, you're... I am. I'm a big fan. I thought you might want to see this. Oh, it's happening? Yes. Okay, is that everyone? That's everyone. Let's go. Not yet. We're missing someone. Wait, are we? You want to save her too? Really? Yeah. Oh, right. Fine. This is really cute. Like finally giving you a ship that is like sort of formidable in the same way that the question mark dreadnought is formidable, and then yeah, that's really neat. Okay, so we can EMP slug. I think I like move over and EMP slug. We can turn off all of the 2 damage guns. And then this also puts us in a really good position to deliver just a silly amount of damage. I'm pretty sure we win. Didn't really need to think so hard about aiming there. Hey, we're getting out. Yeah, congratulations. Have fun out there. Together. That's an option? Yeah. Something will go wrong. One of us will vaporize the other instantly when we're out. Or something. It does seem like bringing 2 different versions of the same... 2 different timeline points of the same timeline should be problematic. I don't know why Riggs thinks this is a good idea. You know what? No, I do know. Riggs does not think. We should all be so brave. Well, I'm willing to risk it if you are. Fine. Catch! Oh, hey, the crystal. What? Wow. I think I'm both of us? That worked? Well, I have her memories. We're good to go. Okay. What is this then? Missile Swarm A seems like a hell of a thing to do to a person. Well, right now, I think we should probably move over. Well, I don't have any evade. Never mind. We're doing it. So a lot of my guns aren't actually, like, in the right spot is all. Okay, and then, what is this? 3 damage each? Because right now, I'm not taking any damage, right? I can just throw up some block, let these all land, finally take the heat damage. There we go. That's a start. That looks like a start to me. EMP slug's pretty solid. Maybe evasive shot first. Then move over to here. EMP slug, I think, is a little bit better at canceling damage there. Although, actually, I guess that's less total damage output, isn't it? You don't say. This is the end. This is the boundary between this space-time and the one you came from. Oh, wow. Every single sensor is going absolutely crazy. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I could see why that would be the case. It's drawing an unbelievable amount of energy from somewhere. Plan? Well, shoot it, I assume. The boundary will be destroyed. We will not be stopped. Cat? Okay, this is problematic, though. If you're gonna do something, it's now or never. Use the power of friendship. Why do you think I brought you all here? We're gonna need a little bit more energy than the amount of energy that I currently have, is the thing. Okay, there you go. Prism. Attack for 1 damage per card color in hand. Aw, that's adorable. Is that gonna be enough? You have 36. Oh yeah, 4 times. Yep, that'll do it. That's a really cute way of representing that mechanically. Okay, so either we've just now unlocked the last character, or I missed it, or I completely missed the secret thing you have to do to unlock the last character, because we definitely still only have 7 characters open. Who would the last character be? I mean, it's either Cat or like Evil Riggs, right? I could get down with Evil Riggs. That would be fun. This was a delight, but I don't have anything bad to say about the actual like game loop, but I definitely would have stopped playing on fewer than 18 wins if there wasn't a thing that makes you want to go for 18 wins, because I just don't necessarily think there's 18 wins worth of content here. Like, I'm actually a really big fan of the sort of like the very limited tight design roguelite kind of thing, like Dicey Dungeons, for example, where it doesn't have a huge breadth of mechanics, and there's some reason that it really only makes sense to clear it, 6 or 10 or whatever times. And then they just they don't have to design to infinity like Binding of Isaac or what's it called? Enter the Gungeon. Like a thing where the scope is really tight, but it still takes advantage of that meta progression loop thing. But I just think this game did not necessarily match the length of its narrative to the length of to where it runs out of gas. And I get why they give you the Tide Runner at 10 wins. So they're trying to stretch as much as they can, but I still think it's too much. It would probably be better if everybody only had 2 memories or something. All right, we'll click and hold to continue. And indeed it is Cat. Okay. The ship's computer. Her cards summon other characters' cards and dabble in every mechanic. I mean, I don't really know if I want to do a whole run. The thing is, I just did a whole lot of runs. All right, I tell you what, I'm just gonna... Hold on just a sec. I decided there was only one way to really find out, so I did it. Here we are at the end of another run where we've been using Cat. And just like the description suggested, you get cards that summon other people's cards, slightly discounted temporary versions of the cards. And when it says discounted, it only means the first time, by the way. If you draw the card again later in the combat, it is just the normal version of the card. So it's actually not an improvement at all. And you're paying the 1 from the discount when you play the .exe card. So it's kind of just selection. It's not even good selection because it just shows you 2 cards. And it seems to really prefer to show you the worst ones. It was probably 5 uses of Drake.exe before I even saw a card that had an attack on it. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. But there are also some other interesting Cat cards that I've managed to pull from cat.exe. Like this defensive mode, which is, just totally fine. Time skip here lets you pause status and temp shield. That's kind of interesting, especially because one of Cat's cards does throw a pretty significant amount of temp shield at you, or at least, you can build it up to be a pretty significant amount of temp shield. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff Cat does. Also, I picked up an artifact from the first boss that lets you... this says you may choose a temporary card in your deck to become permanent. What it actually means is you must choose a temporary card in your deck to become permanent. I did not see a way to not choose one. So our deck is kind of huge and pretty weird right now. But I've been pulling, stuff from people who aren't even on the run in here. So it's gotten pretty eclectic. I also ran into our friend with the useless cards. Sometimes Buckshot does something in this deck, kind of. And I did manage to pick up the boss artifact for the Tide Runner. It's this Mooring Line V2. You might be looking at that and going, hey, that it doesn't seem like a change. Isn't that the same thing? No, the anchor costs 0 now. That's it. As a whole artifact, that's all it does. It just makes the anchor cost 0. Fucking terrible. So I mean, it's not like it's not terrible, but it's just what a boring thing for it to do, right? What an unimaginative way to alter the play of this ship. When you think about that versus the Ares thing that makes both of the cannons active simultaneously. That's not a big idea either, but at least that's it's fun to use, and this feels like a real dud to me. So who wants to see if we can figure out what happens when you win the game with Cat in the party? Let's find out. So okay, this cat.exe sticks around. The other cat thing goes away. It is true, we will not be able to benefit from cockpit lock on here. We do have fracture detection, so maybe we'll get lucky and find that quickly. Let's start by Drake.exeing here. I don't think Flashpoint's going to be very good for us. Let's take an Explosive Slug. We do have actually 0 ways to manage heat, so I suppose that's a thing to be concerned about. Let's generate a Wave Beam and then probably not play it, because I think I'm just kind of canting over to the left side here. Gain a shield +1 for every time played this combat versus Stun Charge, which like I do not think is a very good card by itself. So I'm pretty sure we don't want to go right at all. I think we just don't want to play any of this stuff. I did lose Warp Prep. I took the early game, the beginning of the run, trade Warp Prep for a boss artifact bonus for what I believe is the first time ever. So we got Dirty Engines right away, which is pretty rad, but also we don't have the easy bonuses. Okay, I think a time skip into Weaken Hull right here is pretty good. Just replace that armor with brittleness. That seems wise. And of course we got our armored missile bay, which is always fun. We have a Jupiter drone and a couple of missile shots. It's basically like our Isaac stuff. It's not amazing. So let's do this. Then we'll parallel shift and trash just to get ourselves out of the way. It could be a long fight. We are not the best at dealing damage. A lot's going to come down to just kind of like the order that things come up in, right? So this lets us bank a little bit of dodge, which I think is like very important. Let's take this shot now, close that up. And probably I had better not play either of these cards, right? But as long as we can keep just like poking this spot, hitting for bonus damage against the brittle, and also canceling the intent, I think that's pretty valuable. I do also have this acid cannon. That's not a bad pull. Do we want to just like buckshot acid cannon? Oh right, we do have recalibrator. I totally forgot about that. That's actually a really interesting situation. But I drew an anchor in the middle of that, and that ruined my whole plan. My whole plan is fucked now. Deflection's like pretty okay. I really want to get the acid up. Well, I guess the acid cannon no longer moves us to the side, so maybe this is a fine time to play it actually. And then like we could throw up the temp shield now, but we don't really need to. Let's get the corrupted core out of the deck. I'm going to save selected memory for a time when we actually have some energy. We'll take a very small amount of damage here. And we do have Perry's Revenge Drive, so we can at least get some bonus damage out of that. Actually, this is a really good time for it, too. That's something. All right. Discount Rigs cards. Ooh. Yeah, let's take a Charge Beam. Obviously, we won't be playing this for a minute. This is a good opportunity to just burn some trash. Okay, what do we want to do with this? The EMP is really, really late for its job. I think I probably want to just get on the outside here. All right, we'll just meet their missile with our missile. So far, it's very gradual, but it's working. Show me max.exe. Okay, Enrage is maybe not that exciting. Where my guess is some temporary shielding we could use. So like we'll do this, then we'll lunge, turn that off, and then use the worm to move back over to the right. There we go. At this rate, it's only going to take 40 or 50 more turns. Interesting. Do I want a selective memory now? Probably. So whatever we grab is going to go all the way on the right. This is probably a pretty good time to get that acid cannon off. And then, like, I only have one evade, so I can't play the missile shot, probably. Probably we just do the basic shot here, burn some trash. What I really wanted to do was move over, play missile shot to hit this. Well, I guess the missile would have gone through the scaffolding anyway. Yeah, the missile shot's a little awkward to use sometimes. This might be the time to commit to the Aegis thing. Now let's just whiff here. Momentum's fine. I'm just playing it as a zero cost move over, right? Here we want to get that multi-shot in. And then I think we probably just stop there. I don't want to pull up the Aegis. If we hit defensive mode, I end up having to just spend the evade again to not take damage from the middle. But you can see what I mean, I think, about the .exe cards being kind of rough to use, because it's just, it feels like they never show you things that you actually want to see. Wave beam you for 4 damage there. I guess let's have a look here. Okay, these are very unexciting. Take that shield surge. And I guess this shield surge too, why not? Yeah, really, really impressive work. Thanks, Perry. Our deck is very large. So if we move over, we can move over again. Get my cannon right here by playing missile shots. I don't hate this. Oh right, there's a shuffle attached to that. That's not necessarily correct. Okay. Let's do this. This puts us on only a single point of damage. I think I can bear that. Actually, should we just dump Charge Beam now? I know you'd like to see it do more damage, but it does have a chance to hit the brittle point. No, we can wait. We can wait until next time it comes up. Yeah, that's not too bad overall. There's the Jupiter drone. I think we're just going to try to move past here. It's a real shame that I keep getting the attack to line up perfectly with wherever the missile is. I think I am going to play the Jupiter drone here, though. May as well. And then, yeah, burn this. Pretty sure I'm not spending my last point of evade to save 1 hull damage. Or 1 shield damage, even. Well, this feels like sort of an empty call. Cat, what do you got? The Riggs is more likely to have, like, interesting damage, I guess? Well, it does something. Then we're going to do this, mostly just to move left, although it does draw us a ton of cards, which is certainly worth looking at. And then I think I don't really want to go anywhere. I'm going to, like, Shield Surge and burn the interior trash. Okay, not a bad start at all. There we go. I do like the way that every long fight, it feels a little bit like you're constructing your run, where you get to play all the .exe cards. But it does mean that there's this period at the beginning of the fight where you're kind of like, you're directionless. You might just pull cards out of the ether, that add up to something good, but you might also find yourself in a position where it's like, well, hold on, I got to go through my deck again now that I know what I have and try to like line myself up to use it correctly, especially with a ship where the gun and the missile bay are so far apart. Where if you pull a strategy where it's like I should really be using the missile bay as my primary offense, you have to reposition the whole ship, and but it looks like actually nothing special happens. We've seen all the things that there is to see. And I have played just a huge amount of this game today. So I think that's going to be it for us for today and for Cobalt Core as a whole. We did it. I'm confident we saw the thing. I mean, let me take a quick look here at the codex while I before I call it. So cards, we saw 163 of the 208, but we also saw many other cards that we just didn't take because they seem very bad, right? Artifacts, we personally held 80 of the 92. You know, we saw it. We saw enough in any case. That's going to be it for the series. I think I said that already. Thank you all so much for watching, for sticking with me through this whole thing. When you come back next time, there's going to be something exciting and new in this slot. And I just feel like I got to say one more time real quick here that I did enjoy this. I like this a lot. I just think it drags in the sort of the back half of the having to earn stuff. It would help a lot if it was rebalanced to only be like 10 to 12 runs long. Yeah, anyway, it's good. When you come back next time, we'll be playing something even as good, perhaps maybe better, if you can believe it. And we'll see you then.